What is up, freaks and geeks? Today I'm doing kind of like a podcast episode in my bedroom, in my gaming corner. I really been into podcasts like for a while, for a hot minute. I love listening to other people talk, mainly because I don't really talk that much, I guess. So I use that to fill the void, and it's like fake gossip. Like, if there's any gossip, it's not anything real that's gonna pertain to me or affect me in any way, so it's like very harmless. But I'm not here to gossip. Honestly, I've been watching a lot of Madeline RG recently. This British girl. I've been watching her, and she does like a weekly podcast, but also like her little vlogs of her lit ass life. And I also kind of still watch Emma Chamberlain. That's like a classic like girl YouTuber from like high school, back when she was like in her prime of YouTube. But I feel like she's grown to be obviously more unrelatable because she's fucking rich as fuck, and like Louis Vuitton down gag like boots. Like, she's just like rich, and we can't relate no more. Like, I mean, we kind of, like, she tries to still be relatable because obviously people say that, but no, I love Madeline and Emma right now. And like in Emma's most recent podcast, her most recent episodes have been making me laugh. One of them was how to stop being a hater, and how to finding something nice to say about things that she hates. And I watched both of them because this has honestly like been something that I've been like thinking of so much, like a lot recently. And like, she was saying that like she's like a closeted hater. Like, obviously, like, she's like a girl's girl, nice and chatty and giggly, but behind closed doors she's a bit of a hater. And I would say, if I'm a hater to people's faces when I be hating, finding something nice to say about the things that you hate, for me that's difficult, because yeah, I am a fucking hater, bitch. I can't be like Emma and find something positive about something that I'm negative about. But I don't know, maybe I should try. I am working on being optimistic, ladies and gentlemen. I am a bit of a negative Nancy, a monotoned negative Nancy. Like, I'm sorry, that's just my life. I be going through it, so I'm negative. But I want to be a happy girl. And in pursuit of being a happy girl, like I once was, like my childhood spirit that's within me, I'm trying to please that. And I've been getting back into sewing and obviously creating videos like I'm doing now. You know, I am just trying to create things and do things that like I really enjoy and that like actually make me happy and like slay boots, and like I dissociate doing good things. Like, I'm like, so like the past 3 days I've been sewing like a dog, bitch. Like, I'm like Cinderella in my room. Like, there's no mice here helping me, it's just me. Like, I have been sewing. Like, why did I make like 3 shirts and a tote bag like for my little sisters? Like, I have been like just on a sewing kick right now, trying to get back into it and like just like, you know, wipe the dust off of my brain in this sewing department. I just looked at the next note. My favorite coworker got fired. And this is a sad story. So the other night at work, my coworker crashed his car. We deliver pizza, right? So luckily he delivered the pizza first, I guess. But man's crashed into a pole. Man crashed into a pole. And the airbags deployed, you know, the whole shabam. He crashed into a pole. Poor guy. He's the only person that I would talk to, the only person that would make me laugh, and he would also like stream. So we would like chat about streaming and just like content creation, and like, poor guy. I'm gonna miss him. I love retail therapy so much. It's so fucked up. My pockets be hurting sometimes. Because one, I be splurging on my cat. I see shit that I want for my cat, and then I'm like, oh yeah, she needs this shit, I'm gonna get it. And then also I see shit that I want, so then I'm buying shit for me. And I just love shopping, because the dopamine, like that little spark, you know, like it sparks something in my brain. It does something for me. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm a girl, so I like shopping, but I'm not gonna say I'm a shopaholic, because I'm not rich, so I can't really afford to be a shopaholic, but I do be shopping. Trying to step up my jewelry game as a woman, so I can feel womanly and sexy and cute and fun and funky. I'm trying to get my accessories up, my fashion up, period, really. After being hella depressed and heartbroken over depressed. Whenever being rejected by someone, sometimes people are like, oh, fuck that bitch, and you know, go fuck on someone else. Me for one, you know what, when I fumbled the bag in one relationship, tried to talk to another person, let me just, one time I met this man at a bar, and let's just say he did something I didn't like, and it just instantly gave me the ick, and you know, I never saw him after that again. But I did. No, I think I did. So I went to this dude's house, right? And, you know, I think I only went because he kind of reminded me of my ex, right? He might have maybe only reminded me of my favorite ex, right? I think that's what it was stemming from, right? So I go to his house, we're chatting. My friend's also there, we're chatting. But eventually my friend leaves and I stay. And let's just fast forward some things. So we start hooking up or whatever, and Miss Girl over here, I'm like, you know, I actually don't think I want to do this, because yeah, he does remind me of my ex, and this is definitely why I'm doing this, so I need to stop. So I'm like, stop. And we stop, and I did proceed to still have to sleep there through the night, and it was a little embarrassing, and I'm just like, damn, dating is really like weird and hard, and like you also need to like get over people to like be able to date. So you know, and time passes on from that situation, that silly little situation, and other men do ask me out on dates, and one, I got asked out by a man who didn't have a car. So no, honey. No, that one didn't go down. And then I also got asked out by another man, but he's kind of a freak. And we just I can't even get into it with y'all. I can't even really tell y'all, and I just can't get into it with him. So, you know, sometimes you try to make yourself undesirable. I was like, you know what? I want to be undesirable to the male gaze. And like, not in a Julia Fox way. Like, Julia Fox is like, I don't dress for the male gaze, but she's so cunty and sexy. But me, I'm like, I don't dress for the male gaze, and then I chop all my hair off. And then then just don't care about what I'm wearing. Just wear oversized clothes. And that's my way of stopping the male gaze. And, you know, that made me really fall out of my girly love of fashion and, you know, getting dressed up for yourself, and maybe to please, you know, someone else, getting dressed up for someone else, whatever. But you know, I'm just trying to tap into the fashion. And because I also, like, when I moved back home, I did get rid of so much stuff. So like, and I did also literally make a video of me getting rid of more stuff that I didn't like. But I'm trying to now build a better wardrobe of things that actually like fit me, and like have more accessories, and just feel confident in what I'm wearing. Like, actually, spring is upon us. So it's currently spring break. It's the start of spring break as I am making this. I do unfortunately work all spring break, but that's alright. I might not be turning up for spring break, but I will be getting my bag, okay? And I do really want to go back to New York. I went to New York, I was gonna say last month, but it could be a little bit over a month by now. I went to New York, and perfect fucking timing, there was a cold front. It like snowed. It was just iced out, cold as dick and balls, cold as a bitch's heart. Like, it was cold outside. I was wearing multiple layers, thermals, jean, multiple sweaters and jackets. I was bundled, and I was double layering gloves. It was cold as shit. Me and my friend John Lee, we go to Chinatown. Take the subway down. We hit up Chinatown. I don't even remember what degrees it was. I think it was like 20 degrees. We hit up the Chinese dollar store, bought the extra gloves. I was literally double layering gloves, and then we went to some Chinese restaurant. I got some dumpling soup, my boy. I only seen the mukbangers slurping on that John, and I tasted it. It was good. It was pretty good. To be honest, I only ate like 3 balls. I only had like 3 dumplings, cause they were pretty, like, they were packed up with some fucking shit in there. And then I drank all the soup. The soup was so good. I don't even fucking know. But you know, I had a good time. I didn't really get to spend that much time with my friend because he was working. So like, there was some days where I was out alone exploring on my own, just smoking the legal pot. Dude, it's so nice to go, like, ride the elevator down, walk to the corner, get you some pot, get you a sandwich from the bodega. Bro, I was fucking up the turkey sandwiches. Turkey sandwich on a roll every single day, bro. That was my lunch. After I like went and explored for the day, I would come back, usually be smoking after I got on the train. So I'm walking home, smoking, get me a turkey sandwich, and then the guy at the deli, all of them remembered me. The family that owned it, they all remembered me, because, you know, I'm a pretty girl, right? And I was getting a turkey sandwich every single fucking day, and I was being really sweet to them, like, actually. And I feel like that also, not like I feel like obviously, like, they remembered my face, but also, like, I feel like I was the only bitch, like, being nice to them, like, genuinely. And I'm just like there being a sweet girl, telling them to have a good day, chatting with them a little bit, you know. And because I really appreciated the sandwich and the coffee and just everything, because they were making it from their heart. Like, actually, because that's like their livelihood. It's not like getting a fucking Jimmy John's or a fucking Subway sandwich from like a miserable fucking teenager or 20-year-old. Nah, this is like his livelihood. This is his family business. Like, they do this shit with pride and with love, and you could taste it. It was good. And I miss that. And I also miss my friend. And I need to go back to New York City when it's fucking hot, so I can explore and have fun. Because also, yo, I rode a bicycle from the airport to like the mall where my friend was working. I walked like half of it and then rode a bicycle while it was icy out and snowy out. And I put my duffel on like the basket in the front, and I don't even know how many miles I biked actually, but it was a 30-minute walk, 30-minute bike. I was bugging for that. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to, I knew what I was thinking. I was trying to save money because the Uber from the airport to the mall where my friend was at was $49. So then, me not being from New York, no, $49 for the Uber? I get that it's snowing and that it was cold, but I chose to walk. I chose to walk and then get on a bicycle. So it wasn't that cold. It was icy, but it wasn't cold enough for me to pay the $49 Uber. No, honey. And because the trip was already going to be expensive, so I was just like, off the gate right when I land, you're asking me for $50, honey? No, I saved it, and my bike ride only costed me like $9. Promise you that. Like, it might have been less than $9. So I don't know about me, but I love to save $1. I love New York. I loved it. Who doesn't want to fucking move there? What creative fucking person doesn't want to move there? I want to move there. That's my dream. But also, like, damn, it's expensive. Like, I knew it was expensive, but like, when the numbers are in your face, girl, when the numbers are actually in your face, girl, you're like, oh, okay, this is reality. This is real. But you know what? Let me tell you something about my dear friend John Lee. My dear friend John Lee is a model, and I love that for him, and I aspire to be like him. But you know, my friend, he's a conventionally attractive person, more conventionally attractive than I. So I feel he does good because he's attractive. But I don't know. I know I'm beautiful, but I'm just like, this is gonna be a journey in modeling. I want to model, right? I've said that. Yes, I was inspired by my friend when I see him make it a reality, and I seen his awesome life, and I was proud of him. I was proud of my friend, and I'm like, damn, bitch. Not that like you can do everything that other people do, but I'm just like, okay, I do think I'm beautiful and creative, and like maybe I could also do this and chase my dreams. Because like I said, I was in a beauty pageant, and I did go straight to my head, and I want to be a model. I'm sorry. Like, I know people in my life had told me that I'm mid and maybe unconventionally attractive, but I want to do it. So I'm gonna try. And, you know, we're gonna have to book some photo shoot sessions, girl. That's coming soon. But I also might just like buy an extra tall tripod, because this is a short tripod that's just on a shelf right now. I might just need an extra tall tripod so I could take some digitals by myself and submit them. Yeah, honey, that's coming soon. Because I am a creator. Yeah, that's my favorite thing about myself. Yeah, let me talk about how much I love myself. I love that I'm a creative girl. That's something that I've always been, bitch. And my light of creativity and joy might have been stomped a bit by depression and mental fucking illness. But no longer, baby. No longer, sweetie. No, 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 honey, no. No. This depression can't keep me longer. I'm delivered. I'm delivered. And I do know it's my ADHD, like, actually. I mean, I do have mental illness. I have been trying to conquer mental illness for years. But, I'm still... Fuck. Where was I going? So, let me say, speaking of conquering mental illness, so I have been struggling with mental illness, depression, anxiety, ADHD, fucking ADHD is a mental illness, but depression, severe debilitating depression and anxiety. I have had this since I was a youngin'. Since I was a youngin', like, for real. I do remember the shift of that depression hitting me, like, because I mean, when I was a kid I was happy, but there was, like, I feel like maybe when I turned like 12 and like gained consciousness a little bit more, and I was like, just overthinking everything, depression, anxiety, it all formed and took over. It is something that is genetic, or hereditary, whatever the right word is. This is something that runs in my family. Mental illness runs in my family, and it may for you too. It's a common thing. So my depression and anxiety is something that has held me back in a lot of departments, darling. A lot. Relationships, may that be sexual or just friendships, and job opportunities, and just so many life opportunities. I hold myself back from my mental illness. And today, so I'm kind of getting off track, but let me tell you something. Today I walked out of my house and I just see a boy. And I look at him, but I don't really give it any thought at all. Like, I just see that there's a person walking across in front of me into the Amazon truck. But then I hear them say my name. And then I'm like, huh? I'm like, what? Who is that? And then he's like, it's me. And I'll give him a fake name, because I'm not doxing people. It's me, Joe. And I'm like, oh, Joe, hey. And then, I haven't seen this person since high school. I switched high schools, junior year. I switched high schools to a different high school. So he was a friend of mine from the first high school that I went to, and we were in a really close friend group. Like, he's been to my house before, he's been in this room before. So, and I just haven't seen him in years. And I guess it kind of was like off, like we got off on, like, it was just a bad ending, I guess. But like, so he apologizes. He's like, oh, like, what's up? Like, he says, like, what's up, and then, like, apologizes for, like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry about, like, the way things ended in high school, like, just, like, me with like, my friends and everything. And I'm just like, oh, it's, like, that's, like, fine. Like, it wasn't even a big deal. Like, I was just, like, really depressed, and, like, I switched schools, and, it was just, like, having, like, a legit, genuine, sincere, like, apology between, like, two people is, like, so real and raw, and, like, does not really, like, happen, like, it felt so like childlike. Like you could tell like we both genuinely wanted to hug each other. Probably like I wanted to hug him like goodbye, like, but I just like dapped him up, like we dapped up twice. But I was just like, I wanted to like hug him because it was such a sincere, like real, like genuine moment between us, and we were just talking in the road for a moment. But we both said like, yeah, we were both like really depressed and on a lot of drugs, and like I was like, no, that's just like, it's totally alright and there's no resentment, because like it really was just like mental health stuff. Like I really like mental health stuff is always, I've always struggled so much with my mental health, and during high school was really like the most dramatic like turn of it all, like when I really had a dark moment. But you know, like I'm really just trying to like literally conquer it. Like I'm trying to conquer my mental illness. Like, you know what they say in the memes, they're like, how are you depressed? Just be happy. Just be happy. So I'm just gonna be happy. I'm gonna take their advice. I'm gonna take the advice and just be happy. So I am trying to be happy and optimistic, and you know, just make my life not suck, literally do the things that I love and enjoy. And you know, it was just like literally like I have not had a real moment like that, like actually in a while, and like, or a sincere apology like that. Like that was just like a raw like, yo, like I dead wanted to hug him like in the street. But that was something that happened today. You gotta struggle to fucking get somewhere. Like actually, if you're feeling down, it's because you're gonna be up. We're going up. And honestly, I do feel like, I'm pretty sure it was Mars that was in retrograde. Not to be an astrology bitch, but I'm pretty sure Mars was in retrograde, and that is what was causing a strain. So I do feel cleared. Like I don't know if it's delusion. I don't know if this is like bipolar delusion, where it's like where I'm like feeling good for a moment. But I've been yapping for a long time actually, so I'm gonna wrap this up. The last thing that I did want to add is my media, because I'm inspired by Drew and Enya with their media of the week that they do, and I wanted to share a couple things I've been listening to a lot, and I did have them screenshotted on my phone, but I'm recording, so let me think. Lady Gaga's new album Mayhem came out. Yeah, I've been listening to that, girl, and you should too. Like, oh my god, like it's really like, Gaga, save us. Gaga, please, if you hear me, you saved us. Gaga saved us with that one. She saved the gays and theys and just all of us. She saved us with that one. Like, thank you. We're so grateful, mama. Like, and the thing is, okay, best song on the album, Zombie Boy. The best song on the album is Zombie Boy, and you can't even get around that one. It's funky and upbeat, and that one, it could be the reason of why I'm so delusionally happy, because this song came out and like makes me wanna fucking disco and fucking jive, bitch. So Lady Gaga's new album is my number one new recent media. Number two, Georgiana. I love Georgiana, and if you don't know who Georgiana is, beach, if you don't know who Georgiana is, you probably do. You probably seen her on Instagram. She remixed her song with Glorilla, so that's popping right now. I already loved the song, but remix with Glorilla with Big Georgiana and Big Low. Yeah, it eats. It's just something in my brain. I love female rap, like, actually. Another female rap artist I've been listening to, Alexa Gates. Her album, her album, Alexa Gates Elite Vessel. She has a lot of good songs on there, and it's really like her vibe. She's from like, I'm pretty sure she's from Queens, like somewhere like Brooklyn, like she's from New York. And like her music has that vibe and kind of like an old hip hop kind of like vibe to it, with like some of the flows that she has in some of the songs, but it's also like girly, like still the underlining message is like kind of like heartbreak, you know. But I've been listening to that. And then my final media is Steve Lacy's album that's not even recent. I'm pretty sure it's from 2020, but Gemini Rights. Yeah, I've been listening to that. That's another one that like similarly to Lady Gaga's like a Zombie Boy, like it's just like kind of like funky and like I don't know, like some of the songs like genuinely like make me want to like break it down, get up and break it down. Like I really love like music. Like as someone who's like really quiet, I really love music, and just like the way it makes me feel is very important. Someone who's really sad, like I love music and like depend on it to like kind of like, if I'm feeling sad, I'm gonna need me an upbeat song, girl, you know. But yeah, that's my media. I hope you enjoyed my yap session podcast (?). But yeah, thank you for listening, freaks and geeks. I love you, honey. Mwah. Bye. That was kind of sensual. Bye.